Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to another edition of Swear Entertainment. My name is Myron Thomas Sr., and I swear to give you my honest opinion on sports, media, music, all kind of fun stuff. Today, we're going to talk Super Bowl 55. I truly enjoyed the game. I don't like I went to work yesterday, and a lot of people were really down on the fact that Tom Brady won his seventh Super Bowl. They were saying, "Oh man, they fixed it. All them refs and all that type of stuff." And I say, how could it be fixed when you've had to fix 3 games before the Super Bowl? I would say, yeah, you give it the the Washington game. You were supposed to crush Washington. That was no brainer. So you're telling me that the game against New Orleans was fixed? You're saying the game against Tampa Bay was fixed, and so in order for the Super Bowl to be fixed, it's not that easy to do that. Not that easy. Tampa Bay played a very, very well played game. The Chiefs didn't have no answer. That front defensive line for Tampa Bay just overpowered the offensive line. It gave Patrick Mahomes no chance in throwing the ball. They doubled Tyreek Hill all game long, so where he couldn't get open, his best play was when the Chiefs were at the 1 yard line and he got a 14-yard reception. His best play of the game. Travis Kelce, he had over 100 and some yards, 133 yards, I think it was something like that, receiving. But it was all underneath stuff. A lot of dink and dunk, run after the catch, get a few extra yards after the catch. That was it, but he didn't even have a big game. You can't fix that. You can't. Tampa Bay played the game that they played all the way from New Orleans through to the Super Bowl. That's the game they played. Straight up defense. Tom Brady being able to manage the game. Tom Brady didn't even have a big game. He only had 201 yards. But it was enough. But he threw 3 touchdowns. Right? And the biggest key, and the reason why I say it was a good Super Bowl, because it was the anticipation of, will the Chiefs come back? When it got to be like 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, we was like, okay, they ain't gonna come back. But starting the third quarter and going into the fourth quarter, you were like, because the Chiefs are the number 1 offense in the NFL, flat out. And it was just that hope and anticipation that maybe they will find that way. Maybe they will find that drive to spark their offense and to mount a comeback. Something similar to what New England did to Atlanta. So that's what I was looking for as I watched the game. But as one thing that they did effectively, Tampa Bay, was they ran the ball. They had a drive where they just pounded the ball straight down the defensive's throat. And when you're running the ball, you're running time. So it was just, I'm looking at like the Chiefs, and if y'all can't stop the run, Tom Brady ain't got to throw the ball. Y'all can't stop Fournette and Jones. He ain't got to throw the ball. He barely threw the ball in the third quarter. He didn't have to. Because the running game kept him getting, right, first run, 6 yards. Next run, 5 yards. First down, right? Next run, right, 7 yards. Next run, 5 yards. First down. Come on. And that's just time and time just getting eat up off the clock. Hey, I congratulate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for their win. It was a very historic win. It was in their home stadium. So it was like winning the Super Bowl at home. I hope that, but it also came down to coaching. I said that this season, because Tom Brady left New England to come to Tampa Bay, that this will be the year that we will see whether it was Tom Brady or was it Belichick or was it a little bit of both. We see it was maybe a little bit more Tom Brady than it was Belichick because of the success of what happened in New England with Cam Newton. But I think it was a system that Cam Newton wasn't used to, and that he had struggled trying to adapt to it. Whereas Tom Brady, you have a more older, experienced coach in Bruce Arians, and so it can it's almost like having a Bill Belichick type of coach without Bill Belichick. So it was kind of like you wanted you could see why the success for Tom Brady was there. He's the greatest quarterback of all time. They were trying to play there was a lot of historical implications in this game all the way around. For instance, on top of this being 7 Super Bowl wins for Tom Brady, which is the most by far any player, franchise, anything in NFL history, you also have the oldest and youngest quarterbacks that their age difference was the biggest in Super Bowl history. Bruce Arians being one of the oldest head coaches to win a Super Bowl. And for me, and I'm a Giants fan, and there were so many Giants implications in this game. You also had Jason Pierre-Paul, who won, he has his second Super Bowl, which my hat's off to him. He was an excellent Giant. You know, I believe that he didn't understand that it was more of business than personal. But I'm happy for him. He's a former Giant. He's also a Super Bowl champion. Won the Super Bowl 46 with the Giants. I'm happy for him. It's just, I'm saying, I really enjoyed the Super Bowl, and it wasn't the fact that I told everybody I had the line picked. If you watch my other video where I made my prediction for the Super Bowl, I had the Tampa Bay win, but I had it 35-28. I thought it was going to be like that touchdown difference, but Tampa Bay defense did their thing. You held the number 1 offense to 3 field goals. 0 touchdowns. It kind of, and the crazy part about this league is that I hope that Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes can have the long-term success as, like, for instance, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. I hope that it doesn't really end up being a case like Seattle, where Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll Whereas that, yeah, you got your Super Bowl win, but you're basically just a decent team from this point on. And that's what basically like Seattle is. It's just a decent team. They allow Russell Wilson to do his little runs and throws and stuff like that. And that's almost like a Patrick Mahomes type of player. Right? I wish the Kansas City Chiefs success. No. I wish the Giants more success, but no. But the Super Bowl was really, for me, it was entertaining. I really enjoyed the Super Bowl. I really did. And Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback, flat out. No, you can't deny it. And if you are, I had people say to me, "Oh man, I'm tired of Tom Brady being in the Super Bowl." I said, "Well, it's not just Tom Brady, it's a whole team effort, because it's not like basketball where you play both offense and defense. The defense has to play their part too. The whole team plays their part. Tom Brady is nothing without offensive line. Tom Brady is nothing without receivers and tight ends and running backs to throw to. Right? You don't win a game if the other team scores with you. Your defense has to stop people. Has to stop drives. It can't be, always a flip of the coin. Whoever has the ball last wins. This is not, playing Madden. So it's not just Tom Brady getting to the Super Bowl. It's also the teams that are around them. Tampa Bay was not a bad team. They just had a bad quarterback. And Jameis Winston. He was a young quarterback who could not catch up to the speed of the game. He couldn't. He just couldn't catch up to the speed of the game. And you brought in a veteran quarterback. And Tom Brady goes along with Peyton Manning as the only players who won Super Bowl with two different franchises. It was like the same thing when Peyton Manning went to Denver. And he has the historic season and goes to the Super Bowl. But like I said, he can't do it by himself. Tom Brady doesn't do it just by himself. No, it takes the whole team. It takes the whole team. No. But the quarterback is the most important position and the most important player on that offense, because he controls everything on that offense. He controls the plays. He controls where the ball goes, how, and all that type of stuff. And he has shown over his 21 year career that he's the best at doing that. But I also made a point that it's an older coach of Bruce Arians, more experienced coach. I don't believe that Tom Brady has the success if he goes to any other team that doesn't have that type of a coach. Like, I don't see him having that success if he would have went to Carolina, or if he would have went to the Chargers, or any of those other teams. I don't see him having that success. And they would say, well, he already had Mike Evans there. He already had the weapons there. I said, yeah, but like I said, the weapons were there. Just you had a quarterback that couldn't get them. They couldn't get them the ball. That's what it was. You got a quarterback who turned, like I said, Jameis Winston, that just could not do it. Tampa Bay got a quarterback that could do it. And they did it. They played a hell of a defensive game where I've never seen Patrick Mahomes run around the football field like how he did, and not make those spectacular throws that we have grown almost accustomed to him doing. That run and he'll dodge defender and then just throw the ball, over his head and it lands in the receiver's hands like boom. I mean, we were so used to that we expected that to happen, and it didn't happen. It almost did happen on a lot of times. Like one pass, Kelsey dropped. Other pass, it was just I had to probably the pass got in there maybe a half second before it might would have happened, but this is for Patrick Mahomes. This should be a real big learning experience. That it's not easy to repeat, but it's also a fun fact that they said that when there's a rematch in the Super Bowl between teams that met in the regular season, that a lot of times the team that lost in the regular season will go on to win the Super Bowl. And I give you a prime example, 2007 when the New England Patriots were facing the New York Giants. They faced them at the last game of the season. The Giants almost won that game. Right? But then they just took that same blueprint and said, okay, what did we not do that we need to do to win this game? And we all know that 2007 Giants team ended that perfect season with a Super Bowl win. And they did it by simply just keeping Brady off balance, keeping him off balance. Running up time. I mean, even though that was, and the tripped up part about it wasn't a huge offensive team. Even though we had beautiful wide receivers, David Tyree, Amani Toomer, Flexico Burris, beautiful receivers. You had running backs and Brandon Jacobs and stuff. Beautiful offensive line, but it was not that high-powered offense. It was an offense good enough to be able to win games, but not an offense, not like that, like how they ranked the Chiefs' offense. And my hat's off to Todd Bowles, the defensive coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You called a heck of a game. You called one heck of a game defensively to keep that number one offense out of that end zone and just kicking field goals, and not even chip shot field goals. I mean, they had to kick field goals. So, but also, I'm kind of depressed because with the end of the Super Bowl, officially ends the football season, and now only thing is now to look back forward to mock drafts and the combine and what players are going to get picked first and what team needs what and all that type of stuff. And I might give you some videos on that. I might actually dig into some of that. I'm gonna definitely for my Giants fans, I'm definitely going to be giving you what the Giants need, where the Giants need to go, all kind of good stuff like that. But congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on their second Super Bowl. They also are one of the teams that are also perfect in multiple two or more Super Bowls. And they won in their home stadium, which is truly historic. But until next time, peace.